3, be advised engine
Reset
14
all
will
audio.
attack, advise Go ahead. What was the beginning of?
At the time, I didn't know how much they sucked. I do.
Copy. Code 1, Northwest, 0.1, 2 Tilbury, copy, ready for
At the time, I didn't know how much they sucked. I do now.
There are some performance problems when opening and closing apps. Not very good at reasoning in limited domains like mathematics.
648.
Almost all the experts believe that it's inevitable that if we don't blow ourselves up, they can get smarter, and nobody knows what's going to happen. And we really shouldn't do that until we figure out whether people can coexist with them. Already, people don't know very good at reasoning in limited domains like mathematics. Almost all the experts believe that it's inevitable that if we don't blow ourselves up, or have massive pandemics or something like that, they're going to get smarter than us. And nobody knows what's going to happen then. And we really shouldn't do that until we figure out whether people can coexist with them, and people don't know how.
In a practical sense, and I know this is a tough...
And they're already very good at reasoning in limited domains like mathematics.
Almost everything.
Almost all the experts believe that it's inevitable that if we don't blow ourselves up, or massive pandemic or something like that, they're going to get smarter, and nobody knows what's going to happen then. And we really shouldn't do that until we figure out whether people can coexist with them. People don't know how.
In a practical sense, and I know this is a tough...
Hello.
Back again to the home directory. And,
pictures.
Roger
that. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
And what that's going to do,
Available for both.
I'm starting at the end, we'll call it PZ, and we will also click on Auto Mount, which makes things really easy here in VirtualBox 7. So we'll just click on OK like that, and OK, and now we launch our Windows 10 virtual machine. There we go, and we go to the file manager layout here, and go to this PC. Yes, we have a Z drive, which is the pictures folder I have in Linux, where I've got a folder called Windows 11 Pro, and I also want to make sure that offline when we do this, so I can set up a local account. And to do that, I'm going to go down here to...
We have some suspension for a crash and I'll be 27 on El Camino Dios. For Lewis.
You need pre-installed, as we saw in the last segment of the video. And this means that for some people, Windows Alternative right out of the box. However, many of us need to access a wider range of software, and in Zorin OS, we've got various options for doing that. To start, we've got the software installer here, which is called Software or Software Store. Let's just run it up. It wants to run full screen for some reason, but let's pull it down. It's probably me running some slightly strange daily installed, as we saw in the last segment of the video. And this means that for some people,
And just watch what happens over the next 2 weeks. You'll love what you're
You're getting loaded already? You haven't got yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna run back to the downside right now.
We print postcards and flyers that
Okay, Tim, as soon as you get your phone where you can come straight over here while we're at. So you can dump.
Whether you want a few or time.
They have one.
The company began pushing AI into every part of its services for
Ubuntu.
The applications are bare bones, the settings are bare bones.
Thank you very much.
What they've done. It is a fantastic and you can clearly see that
location insert 10-20.
Very powerful. So that is what DTC is all about, and hopefully, at least now moving forward, you're going to understand what we're talking about. The biggest problem with DTC, and a lot of people have said in these videos that I've made, is it works. I've tried it, but it doesn't work when you go outside. And the answer to that is you are 100%.
I just put the 932 with the dollar bill.
Now, it's very, very nice to be here, and like Daniel said, this is a series of lectures that is essentially intended, because it's an IAP period, to provide some sort of useful information, hopefully introduce you to subjects and some science and some other things that you may not have necessarily thought about before, having to do with radio in some form or another. So my job tonight is to give you a very brief overview of kind of radio in its skeletal form, kind of like the high level.
She had an individual and we were getting off the unit to spit at her.
Now, it's very, very nice to be here,
if you have
and
Intel or AMD graphics, the best
like
drivers
Daniel
will
said,
already be
this is a
installed.
series of
But
lectures that is
NVIDIA,
essentially intended, because it's an IAP period, to provide some sort of useful information, hopefully introduce you to subjects and some science and some other things that you may not have necessarily thought about before, having to do with radio in some form or another. So my job tonight is to give you a very brief overview of radio in its skeletal form, kind of like the high level.
Officers, I'm going to be going up to the front to help out. Please monitor the top box and metro for me.
Hello?
I'll let you know when I'm
They wouldn't want to be a crashing vehicle. We then bury all the pipes and the stacks of cylinders around the volume control valve so that we absolutely there's a lot of oil in the trailer full of this really cheap dirt from a local landscaping company. That's a source of a lot of the volume in the land. There was a lot of organic nutrients in it. I picked up a pallet of soil from Home Depot, which we'll use for just the top layer of the planter.
We're going to be working
that way we
here
can
on my
kickstart
5600G Ryzen PC in Linux Mint.
Full spectrum analysis engaged. Full spectrum analysis engaged.
200 different ones that have almost the same serial number. macOS might also work without installing specific drivers.
Configuration of stop for changes to take stop for changes to take shutting down mega army.
Let's talk about what runs before your operating system even gets a chance. Intel's management engine, AMD's platform security processor, Apple's secure enclave, all of them wake up first. They check if your firmware is allowed to boot. If it fails the cryptographic check, that's it, you're locked out. It doesn't matter if you wrote the code yourself. And these aren't things you can just uninstall. They're soldered into the motherboard. They've got their own power, their own execution. By the time the CPU is cut off,
I just put the 932 with the stuff. The only description you gave me was a blue cap and a backpack.
Okay, and then 915, I got that one going.
Quarantine 0.
An entry block for the bill validator, spinning round and round and not able to give out cards.
We find a number of packages available of which we need to install
Fake
3.
dispatch radio code bullshit.
The first of these is the base package, so let's just install this. This gives us the basis of VirtualBox. Password.
From Strawberry Train.
Yeah, like there we are. That's now installed. So the next one is install VirtualBox Guest Edition ISO, which will improve the performance of our virtual machine.
Give out cards.
It closed with 1 hour and all over the world.
That's why I got confused.
We find a number of packages available.
I got that one going.
Package, so let's just install and the basis of VirtualBox. Of course, I need to enter my password. There we are. That's installed. So we go back. We're next going to install VirtualBox Guest Editions ISO, which will improve the performance of our virtual machine, not least by permitting it to run full screen and allowing a shared.
And what we would probably do is, you know, instead of just saying now we go somewhere, we'd probably reduce the size from Ben Garza's by 25. We hit 100. You drop that down to 75 and start moving 25 over there. And then you have a little bit of space. And what we would probably do is, you know, instead of just saying now we go somewhere, we'd probably reduce the size from Ben Garza's by 25. We hit 100. You drop that down to 75 and you start moving 25 over there. And have a little bit of space.
I'll find out. I was so impressed.
The critical one is that if you
of y'all's work.
Unconscious at the jail. 901 Leopard, 901 Leopard, ESC is 1006. Raising second floor, CPR in progress. Work off, fire dispatch, 1246.
In terms of American technology changes, Linux Bin 22 uses Linux kernel 6.8.
And they've asked me a few more questions where I am in the UK, that's why London modern hardware time zone
versions. It's also now present local account line here to sync your local account using the computer, so I'll just set this up as its default sound server.
Password there is fair, and then secondly, this is the virtual and we do have an option to log in automatically. Additional functionality such as extended USB support and the ability to access a webcam. And it should be noted that whilst the extension pack is free for personal, educational or evaluation use,
at the time I didn't know how much they sucked. I do now.
They suck bigly.
Let's click on
and
download.
And I said to them,
first of all, download the base package from Windows host. There we are. We'll just say
Man down at Hampton Inn, behind the establishment. An officer was flagged down, the man down. He is used 1408 and 5 to the 9 South Thunder Island. Work off, fire dispatch,
to accountability, to meaningful engagement. And so, you know, the response we submitted speaks for itself.
Let me ask by show of hands, if you think that
and it should be noted that whilst the extension pack is free for personal, educational or evaluation use, it requise a paid license for commercial use.
Lindsay, if I may.
So,
Medic 11 on station 12, Engine 11, Engine 11,
download the base package from Windows hosts. There we are, we'll just save the file. And if we now scroll down from it as well, we can find the extension pack, one link for platforms. We'll download that as well.
To appear in court today, but his lawyer says he has not yet been medically cleared by the jail.
And we have new reporting tonight on this complicated relationship.
And what should be noted, and what should be stated, is whilst the substantial is the free for personal value education, it requires a most So, let's click on. So, now let's click on open down, first package, download the Windows host, Windows host, save file, we'll just save file, and if we now scroll down now, scroll down the page, find the platforms, on the download platform as well, download that as well.
You can see screenshots if it has any. You have the source right there over $1. For example, VLC appears twice, one for the flatpak and one for the system version. But in most cases, it's fine. You have the useful links when they exist. It's okay.